Good afternoon. I'm back. Let's see. What do I want to do? Let's continue a bit, although I imagine that the Frog Prince will soon be squished. He is about to go in up against Princess Sophie, and Princess Sophie and her minions are not to be trifled with. I don't know what it was about this run, but I think I had a couple of poor rolls or otherwise. Whenever you hit Sophie, her minion heals. I don't know what happens if you get rid of Sophie completely and there's nothing that can be done. All right. She's going after that. I wonder if you get rid of Sophie and no, see, she's spawning minions, and I think her minions tend to taunt. Yeah, there. So the necessary tactic with the Frog Prince is to swing and hit everybody and just take whatever kind of hits are required to take. The problem is that every time he takes swing, he loses strength. So we have to keep an eye on it. Otherwise, he becomes too weak to do much. I have 5. I need 4, 6. All right. Don't have any more of that. They're going to go for Sophie. She's going to go for the mermaid. Don't really have anything that can be done except perhaps to banish the misery so it doesn't get away, but that's a bit mean. I mean, I'm already using the mermaid for cannon fodder. All right. No, she's going for her. She's going for her. Just going to have to take hit. Nothing to be done with 1 die. Except this. 2 armor. 1 weakness. That's not going to help. Alright. Another minion Sophie, you not a very nice human. Sophie is wonderful when she's firing off minions for me on my squad. The rest of the time, she's an absolute pain in the butt. All right. can't hit more than once. We're going to have to go, and we are going to have to hope. I think this doesn't actually last out the turn. So I'm going to give you just the tiniest bit of armor. And I'll leave it at that. They're all right. They're doing their own business. Oh, that's a nice roll. Yes. I want to have some strength. All right, so I'm going to need strength in a moment. We're going to do that. And do that, and that's all that we can do. Sophie's maid is also there. I've never actually seen her on the battlefield. When Sophie uses her for other things, it looks very different. All right, we're gonna need to preserve all of our. She's gonna draw 2 cards. Oh no, she's going. The enemy receives 2 rattled, which is gonna reduce my cards, but that's okay. All right, 2 are going to need strength. You're going to need swing. That, and we're going to back about. Go when Joker die doesn't do any good. All right. So I've been thinking about what it takes to kind of admit or decide that a person is sort of done with a game. Not in any way that reflects on the game in particular. It's just that at a certain point you do have to admit that you've gotten to a point. Heals by 1. You've gotten to the point where you're kind of done. Over. Finished. Finito. I would like to see the end of all of the 3 characters at least once. You've been very mean to my mermaid. That's unkind of you. That does simplify my math somewhat. The problem is that Red is being difficult. I can't seem to crack whatever is going on with her. And as much fun as Jack is, he's also a bit complicated in a way that I'm not entirely fond of. Although some of that may just be the amount of time I've played them. Which takes 4 damage. No strength on hand, so just hit you twice and work you down. Multiple enemies take 4 damage. Or Sophie to pull out a minion, that's not going to do her as much good. Wait, I'm going to need the red one. All right, now. It's time to have the warm meal or whatever it's worth. I want to transform. And then to go after the maid. Mean as that is. See? Or back to Sophie and her minions. I do have a gather strength. I do have plenty of options. Better hope I get another gather strength, though. This is going to get a bit sad. Sophie continues to roll down. Okay. Loses 2 weaknesses, gains 1 fatigue. Or receives 1. Actually, I gather strength and then use my and go at those. Can't go at you because you're right. Sophie's maid appears on the field. So I have to get rid of the maid. This is better a maid than a minion. All right. Okay. He might be able to hit them both enough to get Sophie down. All right. No more Sophie means no more faffing about. Put all the cards you want to. As long as I have 1 hit in me, you are toasted. And I have plenty. All right. Goodness. Where it is battle. Joker receives 3 weakness. What's the Joker? And what is... Why are we dragging him into things? All right. Sophie's minion. I literally got through the last chapter with Sophie's... Last 2 chapters just with Sophie's minions. All right. She's very sad because she's lost. And so the frog says, if you help me break the curse, I will help you get out of here. All right. The trick with Sophie is to clear on the edge and then just have her spawn minions. Unfortunately, that means the frog prince has to go in the middle, and the mermaid becomes just sort of the drop site for whoever happens to be available. Okay. You get another follower at the end, or you can get the giant at one of the encounters. The thing is, I didn't have a lot of luck with the giant in battle. And there's really not a lot of need for that. And honestly, I don't know that I can. I don't think it's gonna last. Well, I keep saying that. I don't think it's the last long enough. And then 2 hours later, I'm still sitting here playing the game. I think I'm getting bored by the game. 2 hours later, I'm still playing the game. Alright, essentially we've decided to go to the city to break curse. Alright. Alright, so I need yellow and red. Actually, that is probably as good as it's gonna get. So, minion me Sophie. Do the frog. Do the transformation. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna do the transformation. And then she's just got whatever it takes, so like you. One tactic is just to barrel through all the battles and try to get as much sort of wish or stardust or whatever they're calling it as you can as you go. As a next round, unlock as many buffs as you can for the next round, the next run. That. Are they the Joker because they have the crown? I don't understand what that's supposed to be. Minion me. And wing. And a hit. And that's all she wrote. Save the heal, such as it is for the law. Stunned. Rude. Okay. At least I noticed, because sometimes I don't. Well, things get really awkward. Alright. Minion me. Minion me. You can't do anything. She's not able to do anything. But she can upgrade her passive. Which is a little weak sauce, honestly, for me. For being completely honest. Alright, she's gonna do something to her, so we'll just put some block on. Well, the Frog Prince is no longer stunned. So, I don't know what all that was about. Going to swing. It's the end of you. Well, that's the middle of you, but you know. I have another. Yeah, I don't think I have another. But I could get more minions. Oh, that's right. That's what that was. All of the minions fired off. Prince is stunned. But that's okay. And that's the end of that. Because of all the minions on the field, this character tends to go really quickly, and I feel like I'm making some movement as opposed to some of the others when it's just like I'm wearing you down piece by piece by piece, piece by piece. All right, let's do that. Hey, you there? You're not from around here. All right, note to self: always click on the icons. Don't ever click on them. Don't want to accidentally be starting something with these nice people. All right, I'm gonna bribe the guards to go away because a frog with money can get things done. This is not a particularly useful card, but it's expensive, which makes it even worse. All right. Okay, I could do with some kind of heal. He also summons minions, if I recall correctly. Right. Minion? Minion? Missing requirement. Why? Oh, I have to be able to discard 2 cards. Rude. Alright. I guess I could leave him as a frog and see what happens. And just use Sophie's minions to... Yeah. That would be a bit much, honestly. Okay. I need to do the frog. I need to well, let's go ahead and transform. Oh no, did I look myself again? I didn't need to do that. Now, I don't have any cards left and I can't minion me. Oh no, that was just poorly chosen. Do not spawn any minions. Not seen a alarm mail go by either, which means that the Frog Prince is getting pasted. Minions. Minions for the winion. Alright. Ally receives 1 helpless, which removes all block and prevents them from receiving it. Ally receives 1 taunt, but you get 5 random dice. So essentially you can just turn the ally into everybody's smack dummy. Well, that's the end of that. Okay. A beautiful garden. This is a turnip gardens. And I clicked in the wrong place again. Alright, so if you taste a turnip, you get a card and a buff. Harvest a turnip. You have to fight the mountain giant, but he might join your party if you don't get pasted. And if you wait politely, the giant gives you a turnip and a shield card at a little HP. Oh, what's the other reason to take that? What happens if I click on this? I certainly don't want to miss my card. Okay. I've gone from pitiful HP to slightly less pitiful HP. Okay. Treasure rat. It is very useful for debuffing or rebuffing the buffs. You know what I mean. Alright, don't lick the frog too many times this time. Alright. Minion me. Lick the frog. Transform. And go after the poor rat. He likes to summon minions too. Right. Okay. First things first. We're serving all of our yellows as long as possible, so we're going to use those on that. Minion me. And I can only do one thing, so let's do this. Okay. 18 armor. That's a bit excessive for a rat. That is extremely excessive for a rat. Alright. Farm meal. Our prince. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Can't do that. I can do this, which would allow me to do that. Sophie is toasted. Defend. Defend. Is not a good roll. It is a rather useless roll. Alright, our fire officer to the prince. And give ourselves as much as we can. I'm going to minions. 6 and 6. Hey. Let me go after the commander. And then the rat's pretty easy pickings. Yeah. Every now and then she poisons someone, but other than that, she's a very nice rat. All right. Sorry, rat. That's the end of you. Yeah, see, the more battles I take, the more stardust I get. Or wishes. All right, it's Princess Fatigue. This has a lot of cards that cause fatigue. He does have a debuff specific to removing fatigue, which becomes more interesting. Yellow team. That's working about as well as it can. Alright, we can purchase the tidy rat, we can purchase a new dice. Alright. Take on the tidy rat just so that we have a little bit of debuff. He doesn't actually hit anybody, and I mean, it's cruel to make the rat take the brunt of everything, but Sophie's doing a lot of heavy lifting here. Let's hold on to our money in case we get somebody who wants to extract cash from us. Alright. The frog prince ran along the edge to avoid the crowds. He turned around a corner and collided with a man who seemed to be trying to stay out of the crowd. Can you tell me where I can find a place to stay? If you show him the way, you get a card. If you give him money, ooh, you get dice. And what? I have money. This is actually a cheaper way of getting dice. More meal. Okay. Alright. Mini boss. Mini boss, mini boss, mini boss. Alright. We are going to need cards for that. Okay. Don't actually do anything with her yet. Alright. Like the frog. Transform the prince. Minion me. All minions. Go ahead and swing. Everyone takes 3 damage, or I could wait until next. No. Might as well get my hits in early. The kittens are in the kitchen having their 5 o'clock feeding. Well, that seems kind of a roll. The rat could take the debuff off of him. Oh, but he already had. Alright. Let's do this. And now swing. And now I don't get weak anymore. Oh. Okay. I can do swing for, yeah. Alright, lots of iron. Lots of armor flying off. I'm gonna keep a bit of rat. We had to fire Sophie's minions off once. Okay. Alright. Rid of that. Let's gather some more strength. I have a swing. And I can't quite do it again, but I can hit you again. Which would force you to deal your own damage. Right. Or the minion will take you out. The minion. Got me, Sophie. Come on. You can do it. Minion? Right now. And now I do not need to swing. You can fling poison off. And you can just tap a rat twice. No more cards, no more dice. No more minion. We're gonna have to sort them on a own. The other hand, no one is currently suffering from anything, so let's gather strength. Hit and hit. So that is all that can be done. What? No, because if I transform back into the prince, I hit on my way back out. You are very useful. Okay. Unlock. Somebody wrapped. Heal the team, such as it is. This seems to be working just fine. I will probably not get quite as lucky this time. I'm going to need Sophie's minions more. On the other hand, if the gingerbread... This is the gingerbread witch. So she does not spawn extra help. Okay. Let's see about picking that up. All right, I have 5 cards. I can draw 1 card. Oh no, that's really more than I need at the moment. Okay. Discard 2 cards. You do not need more cards, but you do. Minion. Transform. Okay. Let's weakness. Transform. Limping ahead doesn't actually help. Alright. Nobody is suffering from anything at the moment. Let's actually upgrade the Tidy Rat's immunity. because she gives people a little extra buff every now and then. Right. Gingerbread Witch has been known to throw so much at the player that she damages herself too much. So, minion, hit. That's all she wrote. Alright, and she is going to move some more of her specials. Alright. Neither one meal as of yet. Those were the minions. Might as well just call a couple more. Well, that's all we have dice or cards for. Our being weak doesn't really do any damage. Although I could reserve a dice to take it off if necessary. Okay. I think for this, what I'm going to do is remove that. There's some strengths. New minions on the scene. And you can always have too many minions. Alright. More colors, that's better. Nothing else, the minions get rid of the shielding. Alright. Minion. Every 2 and 2, which is 5 more. Let's do that instead. Just hit her twice. Yes, limping didn't really make much of a difference. Oh. This is Tidy Rat taking hits that whole time. I am so sorry, Tidy Rat. I didn't even see you there. I'm a bad player. Okay. There we go. So, it has them. We get an extra die for 10 dice, which is pretty spectacular. Spawn enchanted cookies gives you a random buff, but I think the golden ball is more the start of each turn. Actually, let's do that. And so we now have the gingerbread witch, whose special is actually pretty useful combined with the frog prince because it can buff him with strength and armor and actually with a swing without needing to take the debuff. Alright, so the witch admits she created the potion, but she doesn't know who it was who sent the order. Alright, we're gonna keep the witch, but we're gonna swap her with Sophie. I think I like the root a little better than random negative attack. Not really removes the negative. I think we're gonna go with the rat. Hello, kitten. My kitten has joined me. My kitten is not allowed to sit on the keyboard, and she knows it. Alright. They make their way to the castle. And Sophie thinks it's a grand adventure. The gingerbread witch isn't so sure about that. Alright. Alright, let's go up the side. Up this side. So, the enchanter, he does mean things. He does very mean things. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we are going to shielding on everybody. Now, no chewing on the quartz kitten. Then I need to look a toad. And then we're going to... Okay, we can't transform because we don't have the cards. We can summon a minion. And then we can shield up the prince a couple of times. And that's it. Okay. I knew it. You're a bad enchanter. I'm gonna minion you. I'm gonna minion the heck out of you. Right. Okay. Spawn enchanted cookies for 3 turns. Fly receives random energy. Let's do you first. Then you. So you can minion me once. Enchanter. Or I can get out of here. And I can surprise you by whacking you hard. I can shield up. I do a little bit of both. It's is going for him. Okay. What is that? Okay. Probably should have minioned again, but oh well. Oh, I didn't have any cards at that point. Alright. I think someone's been dropping miseries into my bin. Oh, that's okay. Just give me things to... Yeah, there's a crispy hut. Alright. First things first. Freedom. Licks a frog. Transforms a frog. Crispy hut. Yeah, then random dice, draw one card, 2 block, and 1 strength. Okay. 2 random dice, draw 1 card. That's right. Receives 1 strength. And now you are going to regret that you ever put me in a cage. Because now I can hit you all sorts of times. I could even hit you again and transform back into a frog. And there's nothing you can do about it. Minion me selfie. Minion me selfie. That's right. Alrighty. I start a whole thing over again. Except not really. Actually, I can. Transform. Alright. Yes. Rude. Alright. Alright. So. Warm meal. Nobody really needs a warm meal at the moment. I can add 1 energy. I can summon more minions. Oh, I can summon all sorts of minions, and I still have dice left. I do this, this, and this. And as a matter of fact, I could fire her off, or I could isolate. Yes. You're going to hit somebody. Do much with that. And set up another swing. Oh, there. That's rude. Moving taunt on the only person on the field doesn't really do any good. I had to break it too. Alright. Minions for the win. Let's reserve you. Spend you. Don't need to worry about you anymore. And in fact, now you're gone, even if you are a bear. Alright. Well, obviously, some of this is unique to the Frog Prince. But a lot of what's going on here is I have way more actions that can be taken because I have more dice. So, the trick of it is to get as many dice as you can by any means. You could get the little witch, but I just do not have any use for her. I mean, if the other one, one of the other ones, died on me, then maybe that would be useful, but I doubt it. She's not useful. Alright. all of this leads to a story. And the story beat is the library. What are you willing to sacrifice? You sacrifice money, you can get a dice. If you sacrifice, oh, I was just saying, I could use some more dice, and I have plenty of money. Quite the deal that it was in the other chapter, but I'll get over that. Okay. I think I'm going to take the battle route, get more stardust if nothing else. Okay, these are not quite so formidable. Well, I'll bet you they throw a lot of debuffs around. Okay, so I'm gonna need some cards to look at the frog, some cards to do that. Okay. She can't spawn. He could hit. Or well, let me take 4 damage. She could fire off. Who is hitting? Alright. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. And that is the end of that. I'm poisoned, but I have a tidy rat on my side. So I laugh at your poison. I don't laugh at it, but you know what I mean. And now I'm crispy. Poison. Your crispy hut. Okay, target receives swing. Just what we like to see. Right, nothing that gives strength, but that is fine. Minion me. Minion me. Minion me. And now I don't have any cards. No. I have the wrong color dice. Yeah, I don't want to use that one. It's not such dire straits as that. Okay, I'm gonna reserve a red for the rat. Okay. Go ahead and he's stunned, which is a problem, so go ahead and use her on him. That's the end of that. Random ally receives 1 immunity. That might be worth it. On the other hand, Sophie can minion me. Alright. Actually, she can minion me 3 times. I'll go ahead and give myself some swing. Okay. All right. Mhm. Oh, she started her cycle. She can't do anything because she's stunned. All right, he has a swing in place. And would do it again if he wanted to. You can do that. And then you can do that. And the frog gets last it in. Alright. You can do that. Alright, but the frog is at half strength, so we're gonna have to Rude. Alright. First of all, strength. When damage taken, odd damage taken. We don't actually want him to take any damage. Okay. He really is best as a prince, I think. But I can't let the frog at the moment, so I should be. Oh no, because I can't. Just lock onto him. And then let it go. This is going to be tougher. Alright, that is an excellent throw. Some more meal. Big frog. Transform. Minion 1. Alright. We need... I suspect he's going after them. And you're gonna need a little bit of... Let's just hit it, whoever happens to be handy. Too late. I already have my crispy hut. That means that I don't really need the yellow or the oranges this time around. So. Yeah. Minions. Poison. I do kind of wish I could get him. Oh wow. And there, she's gonna have to be broken out before too long. Let's just do you. And you. Oh, now you're gonna go weenie. Oh well. Sophie's taking some hits too. There's no one spawns anything. We're fine. Famous last words. As long as no one spawns anything, we're fine. Alright. poison off of you. See what that gives us. Extra dice. Extra dice. Gather strengths. Hawk. Swing. Hit. Do I want to do it? No, because what's he gonna fire off? How are you gonna fire off all sorts of things? It might be worth hitting him again. Even if it's weakly. There we go. Ooh. Right, fire all sorts of minions. Alright, that's the end of you. And you. Swing isn't necessary here. Alright. Okay. That is the end of you, courtesy of Sophie and her minions. All right, kill me up. This is ridiculous. All right, do I have any abilities to unlock? Character selection. I think the tidy rat is working for me. She's no longer on the edge of death. We're gonna go with that. Alright. The Frog Prince heard. Oh. Reassure the fairy. Pay the fairy to go away. Which, to be fair, right before a shop could be a bit of a problem. But I have enough. Come on, warm meal. No warm meal. There. Dawn's enchanted cookies. Oh, sure, why not? Well, I suspect I will find out why not when I go up against two trolls and a magician. Alright. Okay. Meal. That's something. It's frog. Transform the prince. Minion. Alright, you're going after her, you're going after him, you're going after her. Like, we're not going after Sophie. Rude. Okay. Ooh, she's not fine. I don't have enough left to do anything. Okay. Did something anyways. Oh, change the dice. And the dice give us plenty of things to do, even if it is just to spawn minions. Okay. Get you into play. Heal you up. Alright. This is the fiery hut going, or the crispy hut. Okay, now can you hit? I'm gonna hit you. I hit you. And that is gonna be the end of you. Right. That is all that can happen to you. You can upgrade immunity. Let's see. Alright. You have strength. Strength. Whack. Swing. Whack. Frog. Minion. Alright, everybody's taking hits. Minion to take down their armor. If he's not doing too good, should probably get the poison off of her. But ooh, the frog is not doing too good at all. Okay. Meal. Let's see. Poison. Five. I can't transform. I can, however, give myself more armor. Probably, which is stunned. Virtual armor. Yeah, that's all we got. No more maps. Whatever shall we do? Alright. Beat any of you anymore because the rat is gone. Well, the mouse will be kind. We'll call her mouse. Okay. Oh, he's got all sorts of junk. That's not good. I need to spawn Sophie. Go fight you with whatever happens to be handy and hope that the minions come after you. There you go. Oh, a gingerbread witch is gone. Alright. Okay. Minion my selfie. Missing card. Oh, I don't have 2 cards. Okay. Just gonna have to warm up and hope that it's enough. That's gonna cost dice. Okay. I no longer have my rat. Okay. Not that it's going to carry me much further because even with a heal, this is gonna be tough. Yellow team. He's got 19. He's got nothing. I don't remember. I don't remember the last big bad. She's just a generic sorceress, evil stepmother-y kind of person. I think she spawns minions. Alright. I'm the queen of this kingdom. No, it isn't. Alright. You spawned a shadow prince. Let me think. The wisest move may be to shield up, honestly. You're going after her. The magic mirror is just kind of there. You can't do much against the queen until the others are taken out, but then she's a bit of a cream puff. Looks mirror image receives 1 taunt, but that is going to it's not going to serve them very well. Alright. That's all we got. Making us receive 100. I don't do any good. More minions. Right. Block at 2 random dice. Alright, you're one for her, you and them. They're buffing that. Minions. Minions. Log receives 1 fatigue. Read this. Let's fire you off a bit more. Alright. It might be worth getting the prince back into things. Right. Nothing else. They are now required. Alright. Yeah, it's in hopes that it helps. Reducing card count, that is a problem. Right, because I can't minion me until you have taunt on you. Which means that you were just kind of toasted. Now, you're gonna hit her, you're gonna hit them. Which one you take that out? Well, it's going to do an awful lot of damage in the end, but this would be the time to do it. When she spawns another minion. Rude. Alright. Way too many colors that I can't use. Alright. You always gotta give the heals to the main character. Alright, but I can fire you off one more time on yourself. And no cards, so no Sophie. He's not at risk at the moment. Right. I'll have to wait a turn to spawn anybody new. Which So crispy hut get me this time. Oh yeah, gets me cream puff. All right. The armor will skip. No. It's a toad. Why can't I not available target? Oh, rude. In that case, my name is Sophie, and I'm sorry, Witchy Poo, but it has to be done. Okay, first of all, I'm going to do this. You're going to summon a minion. Oh, that is the wrong direction. All right. I transform disease off on the edge. So rat's not going to do anything. All right. All right. Yes. Always with the minions. Alrighty. In that case, you're not going to do me any good because you're up on the edge, so. Oh, I could use the rat. Oh well. Crispy hut. Alright, the minion has gone down pretty hard. Oh, I can hit you now because you swept yourself. Because you're taunting. Well, then, sucks for you, don't it? But now I can't do anything. Alright. Okay. Swap back and hope that we can do something next time. In the meantime, let's give Witchy Poo a little protection. Minion me. Minion me. Alright, you are doing that. You're just random enemy receives one rattled or strength. That's not going to do anybody any particular damage. All right. Let's do whatever we can do now. She turns out to be a bit of a weenie. In which case, I fully expect Sophie's minions to win the day. In the meantime, that is how it's probably a good idea to do it another way, but that's how we did it this time. Grab the frog, she tells the soldiers. But he calls the soldiers by name. Oh, thank goodness. After you disappeared, she turned up and took everything. We don't know how to break the curse. It's not so bad being a frog. I've made lots of new friends and won back my olds. We hopped through the hall and took a seat on this throne. The end. I have unlocked the following more difficulty settings. Stiltskin's Skull, Jack the Giant, Mary. This is new. Last time I watched the credits, so I'm going to skip this time. And we're gonna go back here. And spend some of our points. All right. A new challenge. New challenges all over the place. Snow White in the cave. Uh-oh. Snow White is scary. I don't think I could handle Snow White in the cave. All right. As far as persistence goes, let's do all of the buffs and debuffs. And then we'll just... Let's do Cinderella. And we don't have any... I don't have any Stardust left. What does the Jack the Giant's... Normal and event enemies have 50% HP, but give 5% coins. Boss enemies have 25% HP, but give 25% coins. And there are no easy encounters, but there are 2 cards after each fight. Okay. 2 strength and 2 fatigue. Or other allies receive 1 block. Spawn motivation. I think that might be extra dice. This is the immunity. Right. I just really wanted to check out what this was, so I think I'm going to save and quit from here and let that go. I want to figure Red out. There is a tactic to her and a rhythm to her that I'm not getting, even though in theory she does a lot of damage. I think what I need to do is I need more dice, and I am going to need the gingerbread witch, because Hansel and Gretel were not doing me any good when I did that. So we'll try that next time. And in the meantime, I'll say thank you for watching and see you later.